Hey there, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more Plague Inc. Evolved custom scenarios. Found a scenario I want to try out today. It is called MyDOOM.exe. Apparently in some sort of a beta form, or maybe it's a beta computer virus thing, I have no idea, but some sort of an executable file that apparently promises doom. That appeals to me. I'm not sure what that says about me, but it does. Wow, that's a name I would not have expected to get through the... Okay, fun. A dangerous computer worm first spotted in 2004, damaging countless devices during its reign. Unfortunately, due to better security worldwide, this virus has faded. But what if we gave this old worm an upgrade? This is based on a real computer virus. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. I like that the author also has to state that he is not the creator of the computer virus itself. I did not assume that you were. Now that I worry about that, though, I mean, yes, thank you for reassuring me that you are not, in fact, the creator of a horrible computer virus from 2004. That's great. All right, normal difficulty, MyDOOM.exe. I know nothing about this. Like, the last time we did some sort of a computer worm-based scenario, I at least had heard of it, right? It was the... what was it, the Love one or something like that? But this one, never heard of it. Computer worm, evolve its code and return it to its former glory. Oh, if it's supposed to be possessive, then it's just ITS. But if it's supposed to be a contraction, then it's IT apostrophe S. I have to sing this every single time. All right, starting country, where do we want to start? How about India? Why not? This seems like a good enough spot, and it's still a pretty good starting location, even if it isn't Saudi Arabia. So we have Replication. The worm learns how to multiply on its own. Oh god, it's not just a worm that's actually designed to copy its code, it's a literal AI. Well, that brings a whole new level of hell into this scenario. USBs. It can spread effectively onto USBs undetected. That would be pretty effective, wouldn't it? Shimgapi.dll, I don't know what that is. This acts as a gateway for it to download and execute other files or programs. Okay, and adaption, better able to adapt to its device. Oh, that apostrophe, it hurts my heart so. Adaption increases infectivity as well as slightly increasing the severity. All right, easy enough. Starting program, each time the device is booted, as is the worm, increases severity. Okay, otherwise it's just some dormant code, I guess, that isn't activated when the computer turns on. We have cold boost, heat boost, and Trojan emails. The Trojan emails I get, and we are playing as a Neurax worm, so that's fine. How exactly hot or cold climates affect this? I don't really know. I feel like those could safely be stripped, but it might imbalance the scenario. I don't know. Clever code. Worm does not send emails to .gov.edu and others to avoid detection. That actually would be smart, wouldn't it? Don't bring in, like, the people that can actually flag government authorities, at least until you've gotten to a point where you're, unstoppable. Instead, you affect all those government employees at home, on their regular work computers. That's the way to go. Very intelligent. Let's go for some USBs and then maybe adaption or something, I don't know. We don't really want to get a ton of severity early on, ideally, but kind of hard to control sometimes since it looks like every option gives me some anyway. System backdoors. Find vulnerabilities in the system and is better able to spread. You know, it's always one of those things where it just sort of sounds like hacker talk, right? Like, there aren't any backdoors, right? That's just sort of like slogan. That's the sort of thing you see in like a movie, a hacker movie, right? It totally might exist, and I just don't know. I am not a computer programmer. I am instead a mechanical engineer. So I have no idea. It just always seemed like one of those things like, oh, I'm being hacked, they've gotten into all the systems, when really you should just like unplug your internet, right? You know, it's one of those things. It feels like it's for drama. But maybe it's real. Maybe it's real. We got some computer experts in the audience today who can tell me why I'm an idiot. Blackmailing causes stress amongst users infected with worm. Erratic behavior causes infectivity to rise as well as the severity. That would be very noticeable, especially on a large scale. Trolls see the potential to wreak havoc with this worm, so they spread it. Again, so far every option gives me some degree of severity, and I'm getting a little bit concerned about that. I guess we'll go for the downloadable file, then we can go for a Trojan, increases infectivity and severity again. Yeah, is this one of those things where the author just kind of wants everything you pick up to like slightly increase all stats, so it's a very gradual transition, but like the author didn't really feel like balancing it with infectivity and severity? I'm not sure. I mean, supposedly, I think the author on this one has stated that he actually does test it after every iteration, which is very good, by the way. This is something that I think gets overlooked by a lot of creators for the workshop, is they like create it, they'll try it like once or twice, they'll get through it, and then maybe they have to make some fixes or something, and they just don't pay attention to it after that, and obviously the scenario suffers as a result. So I'm very happy to see a creator actually sticking by his product. Let's go for the trolls, then we can go for MyDOOM members. They bind together to create communities. Ape together stronka? Maybe. Again, with the severity, though. Everything's got severity. Ims Gateway, able to send emails using the device's network. Ah, that's a pretty That's a pretty clever tactic. It's been around for a long, long, long time, though. That's been around since I've been a little kid. Always worried about them emails from somebody that looks trusted, and then you realize it's not their email address, and they want you to click on a weird, suspicious link. Yeah, it's upsetting. Rapid emailing. Able to send more emails at once, sending it to each contact and giving resources to the worm. Resources, huh? Okay, let's go over the system backdoors. We'll just go ahead and embrace it at this point. We have escaped from India, but we're not really getting into other countries very quickly, and that worries me a little bit. We haven't exactly had any opportunity to increase air or water transmission, and that's going to lead to a few problems later. Still a lot of severity. Let's go ahead and pick up the Trojan planes. I am going to pick up some cold and heat resistance. That should help at least a little bit. And let's go into like South America or maybe Central America. I need to get into other continents before I worry about all the other islands. We need to speed this process up a little bit. So we'll go for that for now. We could go for even more. I'm going to go for the clever code. Now, if that had reduced severity, I would have understood for sure what that did. It says it's less noticeable, but doesn't seem to make a difference. Clever girl? Oh my god, we've evolved from clever code to clever girl! It's Jurassic Doom! All right. Worm further learns not to send itself to addresses that would notice it, such as @admin or @help, making it very noticeable. Yeah, again, I don't see what it does. It's possible this is one of those little hidden stats, right? Because those certainly exist that aren't telegraphed very obviously in the game, but I don't know for sure. Encrypted code decreases future research speed, and rewriting, of course, brings back the research, which makes sense. I guess we'll go for another round of the Trojans, and then we probably should go for some more transmission. Let's go for a Trojan there. I mean, we already had Trojan planes, but now we got Trojan virus planes, Trojan, or something, I don't know. All right, we're starting to get into a lot of countries now. The land transmission appears to be outstanding. 81 DNA. This is one good thing that comes from having high severity is, yeah, you do tend to get a lot of extra DNA, but yeah, you also have some serious problems in the sense that they're gonna detect you and work on you a bit earlier. Let's go for some more of those Trojan planes, make sure we can get into all of the various different islands. We have Trojan pop-ups, pop-up ads, I knew they were evil, spread the USBs containing worm. Wait, no, convince users. I assumed the ads themselves would do it, but no, they're actually persuasive. That's surprising. Fake updates. Notify the user to update an app in reality. Every time this is done, the worm is granted more resources and sends itself outbound. That would also be fairly clever, and that one I haven't really heard of being a thing, but I mean, okay, makes sense. Go for it. Yeah, we're getting into most countries pretty quickly all of a sudden. Good lord. Turns out that works pretty effectively. Wow, we are way more effective than I would expect to be. Let's go for some resistances, because I feel like that's going to help in pretty much every case at this point. Fight the cure! Yes, resist the devil, and he shall flee from you. Which will slow down the cure a little bit. What island are we missing? Sweden's not an island, but we are missing the Philippines. Let's go ahead and head over to the Philippians. It's not how it's pronounced, I knows it. That's a book of the Bible. But anyway, 130 DNA, my lord. All right, we should probably work down some more of these symptoms then and start going for an endgame condition. Sick thinking. You sick and twisted, demented ape people. Skilled in code, edit the worm, cause the infected user to receive notes inducing suicide. Ah, right, they've just been playing lots of League of Legends lately, got it. Blackmailing 2, severe amounts of damaging personal information is shown to user as proof, further pushing the user to spread the worm. Yep, more blackmail, that's good. And then we have information release, so just outright do it, which triggers even more suicide. And then we have fear and melancholy, the worm causes a decline in mental health. Ah, that's the reason I'm having such depression lately, right? Gangs, the worm presents itself as the answer. Each user sent an invitation to form a gang that is against the cure. And then we have cults. I get to form a cult! Yay! This makes me happy. Form gangs, cults are formed. Leaders spike food to associate good feelings. Whilst the cult, these wear off, leading to absolute devotion. Lots of severity comes out of that. And then we have cult-induced, you guessed it, Kool-Aid. Alrighty, well, cool. So at this point, are we actively sabotaging the research efforts? No, it's still going up. Not very rapidly, mind you, but it is going up. Let's send some planes over to Canada. Canada hasn't embraced the cult very rapidly. Come on, Canadians. Don't knock it till you try it. It could be fun. Let's go ahead and slow down that cure by a lot, by the way. We'll just rewrite that code into the Stone Age. I only got 1% back on that? Well, that doesn't feel right. We've infected every person in the world, so planes no longer are relevant. We'll go ahead and get code rewrite again, send it back 1 more %. Woo! So impactful. Very good, yes. We can't get any more dough. I kind of want to get Clever Girl. Let's just go ahead and get it. We're gonna make the code extra clever. It's been completely detected and embraced by everybody, but being Jurassic references. You just can't say no. All right, well, now we just sit back and wait for the world to die. A process that apparently takes a very long time. Jeez, that was like an extra minute and a half. All right. MyDOOM.exe has eliminated all life on Earth. What was the point of the virus? I don't know. Some people just want to watch the world burn. 478 days. It was a foregone conclusion after about 250 to 300, but we had to sit around for a fair bit longer. Only 8% cure progress. We actually handled that just fine and dandy. 54,601 points and 2 stars. It's a good scenario. It's maybe a little bit short, but otherwise it's good. I mean, the balance seems fine. Just a little bit slow because lethality ends up being a little bit on the lower side. This is actually a scenario where I could see there being alternate endings. That would be kind of nice. But I don't know, that may be something the author wants to play with, maybe not. Regardless, it gets a thumbs up from me. Well done. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, I'd ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.